Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Melanie, and today I thought we would talk about some of my favorite Halloween music artists and some podcasts that I love. Now, this is not in any way supposed to be a comprehensive list, and I know there's a ton of podcasts and a ton of musical artists that are fun to listen to on Halloween, but I just wanted to let you know some of the things that I really love. And if you have any ideas, please let me know in the comments below. The first CD I'd like to talk about is called Halloween Howls. It's by Andrew Gold, and it's geared towards kids, and they love it. This has become a family standard. I have teenagers now, and they still request to listen to this whenever we're carving pumpkins as a family. So this has become like one of our favorites. And also, I will have you know, we knew Spooky Scary Skeletons before it became a meme or a TikTok dance.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight.
The next artist I want to tell you about is probably my favorite, and it's called Midnight Syndicate. I have a couple of these. They have a lot of albums out now, but these are my first two that I own, and they're some of my favorites. There's kind of a funny story about this. So before I had kids, when we lived in Arkansas, me and my husband and my best friend and her husband decided to go to this theme park called Screams. It's in Texas. It's at a Renaissance Fair Festival site. And I have the t-shirt I was going to show you. So it's really cool if you want to check it out. They still are open. They have like 5 different haunted houses. They renovate everything for Halloween for just the season. But anyway, we decided to go. I guess this was about 2001. And we went, and the first haunted house we walked into, my best friend Rhonda, she laughed at me because my first reaction was to be like, oh, I have this CD. They did. They were playing Midnight Syndicate. They were playing, I think, Realm of Shadows. But anyway, so this is one of my favorite. It has a lot of mood to it, and they've been around for a really long time. Similar to Midnight Syndicate is Nox Arcana. They have a lot of albums as well, and they usually create an album around a theme. And some of their songs have word, like spoken word, and so it's more of a story, but it's also really good new music. Okay, I said Midnight Syndicate was my favorite, but that might not be true. Also, really love Mannheim Steamroller's Halloween album. If you haven't listened to this, you should. It has a lot of classical stuff that they have redone, but they also have their own songs that they've created. It's all really good. I have all the iterations of their album. Okay, now these you cannot find online. I'm sorry. They were some of my first Halloween albums. They're all instrumental. And they're a little bit cheesy, but I love them. So if you find these like at a yard sale, they're fun. And then of course, you always have to have some Halloween noise effects. I use Martha Stewart's Halloween because my family is obsessed with Martha Stewart's Halloween video. So I use this outside on trick-or-treat night. It's pretty fun. So there was one year when I lost my head and bought like $80 worth of CDs. And this is back in the time when they were under $10 each. So it's like 8 things. One of the ones I got though, is called Poe with Pipes. And it's readings of some of Edgar Allan Poe's poetry set to spooky organ music. Another one that I got that I'd never heard of was called Magna Carta. I believe they have several albums too. This is the one that I have. I like it. So those are my CDs that I listen to in the car or on my CD player at home. But there's a lot of online stuff too that's really good. Some artists that I really like are Peter Gundry. He has a lot of really cool stuff. And also, this is probably disrespectful to call it Halloween music, but there is a recent artist that I've been enjoying lately. Her name is Ekaterina Shelahova, I think. And she's like either Russian or I forget what her nationality is. But she does kind of earthy, indigenous sort of music, and it's really cool. She is probably the best vocalist I've ever heard. And like I said, I don't know that it's necessarily Halloween music, but there are different kinds of music for the Halloween season, and I really like the vibe of a lot of her stuff. You should go listen to it. So that's all for the music I have. I'm sure there's a ton of other stuff I'm missing, but I am going to post a couple of my Spotify playlists below if you want to check them out. The traditional DeBusk family playlist, I think, just has like some of the ones that I have mentioned. And then I have kind of a random Melanie's Haunted playlist that just has a bunch of stuff that I found on Spotify as I was driving around listening to music. So like I said, if you have favorites, please let me know what they are, because I'm always looking for new music and new spooky vibes. Next, I'd like to talk about podcasts. So there are so many podcasts, but I have a few that I keep going back to over and over, especially around Halloween time. One of my early favorites for spooky stories is called Lore. And I know it's a TV show now, but when I first started listening to it, it was just a podcast. And it's by Aaron Mahnke, and he just has a great storytelling ability. So I have listened to a lot of those. Another one I really like is called The Vanished. And it's not necessarily Halloween, but it's about missing people, which is spooky, right? I also really like this one called Sasquatch Chronicles. So I don't know if any of you are into Bigfoot, but I love Bigfoot stories. I don't know that I necessarily believe in Bigfoot because I've never seen one, but I'd really enjoy hearing all the stories. In fact, I grew up in Arkansas, about 40 miles from Fouke, which is home of the monster of Boggy Creek, the beast of Boggy Creek. I went to the festival. So I'll probably talk to you about that later, but I love the Bigfoot stories, so I listen to a lot of those around this time of year. My recent favorite, though, is called Unexplained Arkansas. And I mean, I think other people from other states would really enjoy it too, because Arkansas has a lot of really creepy stories. Not just true crime, but also like creepy stories, like Beast of Boggy Creek. Also, there's one hotel in Eureka Springs called the Crescent Hotel that's supposed to be haunted. And I stayed there one night with my friend and got a t-shirt because, you know, that's what I do. So that podcast has a lot of really cool things. And I think my vision for this channel is to do a lot of Halloween related crafts and stuff, but I would also like to take you guys on some adventures. And so when I'm in Arkansas, I might actually take you to some of the scary, creepy places in Arkansas. So stay tuned for that. This is my dog, Luna. She wants to help. She always wants to help. Luna, can you say hi? Say hi. Oh, yes, get some kisses. Look at her. Isn't she pretty? She's a Weimaraner. She's a blue. Here, look. She's a blue Weimaraner. She's beautiful and very smart.